What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic. In the day, we are going to break down and recap the game against the Cleveland Browns. The Houston Texans walk away with the victory, 33-17, and the offense looked like it was supposed to look. This is one of the games that you have to come in and win. Like, this is one of the wins that you have. When you look at the schedule, when the schedule comes out in April, and you look at the season, and you look at the schedule, these are the games that you be like, okay, yeah, we have to come away with this win. This a win, this a win, that's a loss, this a maybe. This is one of the games that was a win, so you have to come away with that win. Not to mention, if you lose this game, you were 1-3 at home, and you only have 4 more home games left. You can't do that. You can't go 1-3 at home before the bye week. You just can't. You just really can't. So, but not to mention, they got the win going to the bye week 3-3. Had an injury today with Dylan Cole, who's he's a nice rookie. He's a nice undrafted free agent rookie. He had a pick, and that's actually coming back after he got the pick, and he was running and got tackled, and it looked like it was his thigh. At first, I thought maybe it was his knee, but they're saying it's a hamstring injury. So hopefully, it's not too serious. Hopefully, we get him back after the bye week. Same thing. We lost our left tackle Chris Clark. He went out with a calf muscle injury. Maybe this will speed up the process of what you're going to do with Dwayne Brown. Maybe this is going to speed up the process because we're going to need a left tackle, or we're going to have to do something with Dwayne Brown. And we got the bye week. We got enough time to figure this stuff out. But to get into the game, DeShaun Watson goes out there, gets 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, had a pick. I didn't like the pick, but the pick was caused by Myles Garrett putting pressure. And for those who like, okay, we don't need JJ because of JJ hasn't got any sacks. Those are the type of plays that JJ was making before he got hurt. Even though he wasn't getting sacks, he was disrupting enough to make, to push the pocket in somewhere else, to make the quarterback go here and able for Clowney or McKinney or Covington to get the sack, or make it a bad pass. Like, he was able to do stuff like that. And that's what Myles Garrett did on that pick. That's the reason why DeShaun Watson couldn't get his hip turned all the way in, because Myles Garrett was right there bearing down on him. Things like that. It didn't get a sack, but it got them a pick 6. And that's DeShaun Watson's first pick 6 of the career. Hopefully he don't have that many more. But still, 3 touchdowns. And now he has the most touchdowns thrown in a 6-game span by a rookie, beating out Marcus Mariota, who had 13. He has 15 now because he threw 3 touchdowns a day. And speaking of that, 15 touchdowns in a 6-game span, when last year QB17 only had 15 all of last year. Total 15 of the whole of a 16-game span. He had 15 touchdowns. DeShaun Watson has 15 in a 6-game span. Not to just how he just makes the offense look completely better. I mean, you even seen Jay Prosh out there catch an 18-yard pass because the way DeShaun Watson was able to move around and get him wide open. He dumps the ball up to him, and he's in space because there's nobody around him, and he just gallops and gets 18 yards to get first down. I mean, look how good Will Fuller's looking. Last year, 2 touchdowns of a whole game, 2 touchdowns of a whole season, and now this year, in only playing 3 games, has 5 touchdowns. 3 games, 5 touchdowns. The first 2 games had 2 touchdowns. Could have had 2 touchdowns today because dropping Will Fuller came back. He showed his head, and he had a drop pass, which could have been a touchdown, would have been a walk-in touchdown. But I couldn't really get a good glimpse of the touchdown because the way that the camera was looking, I guess they didn't realize that DeShaun Watson threw the ball, so they still had the camera on DeShaun Watson up until like right when they decided and realized that, oh, it was a pass. It was right when he drops it, so you couldn't get a real good look at it. But from the way the replay showed it, it wasn't like it was a bad drop. It was that the ball just barely grazed his hands a little bit, and he just didn't get it up there enough. It wasn't like the drop he had against New England in the playoff game, which was a horrible drop, which the worst drop he's ever had, and hopefully that will be the worst drop. I hope he doesn't have anything worse than that. And then also the drop he had opening day last year against Chicago when he dropped could have been an 80-yard touchdown because he was going to be wide open and it just went straight through his hands. But those are things that you're going to have to live and die with Will Fuller because he's making plays. You see the 39-yard touchdown that he had. You seen the 49-yard touchdown he had last week. The little screen that he made, the little bubble screen that he made, that was 24 yards. Like, he's able to make plays. And DeShaun Watson is bringing that playmaking ability out of him. He's looking like a first-round pick. He's looking like he was worthy of that first-round pick. He's looking very good. Hopkins both of them only had 2 catches today. Hopkins only had 2 catches, but one was for a touchdown. It was a very dink and dunking type game, even though they put up 33 points. Some of it came from a pick 6. Jonathan Joseph had 2 picks today. Almost had 3, and almost had a fumble recovery for a touchdown as well. He actually played a real good game. But that still doesn't change my opinion about A.J. Bouye. Today's game does not have an indicator on the importance of why they should have franchised A.J. Bouye. I will still do it over again. Give me 10 chances, I'll do it 10 times. I cut Jonathan Joseph and re-sign A.J. Bouye. Even though Jonathan Joseph had a good game. And I like Jonathan Joseph. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I have nothing against Jonathan Joseph. But if you tell me to pick one, I'm picking A.J. Bouye. I'm picking A.J. Bouye over Jonathan Joseph, Kareem Jackson, over Kevin Johnson. If I had a choice to cut one of them 3 and keep Jonathan Joseph, you give me that choice 10 times, one of those 3 is getting cut, more than likely it's Jonathan Joseph, and I'm keeping A.J. Bouye. That's just what I'm doing. That's just how I feel about this situation. Even though Jonathan Joseph played a damn good game today, and I'm happy he had the type of game he had. He's now the all-time leader in picks in franchise history with 14 picks as a Texan, not career picks, just 14 picks as a Texan. Kareem Jackson had 13 picks, and I didn't know that Kareem Jackson had that many picks as a Texan, but he was second. Him and Dante Robinson were tied for second. Well, coming in today, they was tied for the most picks in franchise history, and Jonathan Joseph tied and then surpassed them. They were 2 picks. So hopefully maybe he'll get Defensive Player of the Week for the AFC because he had a good game. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He had a good game. I just really rather have A.J. Bouye. But again, back on DeShaun Watson. With DeShaun Watson on the center, we have scored 30 plus points in 4 straight games. That is the first time in franchise history. We did not do that with Matt Schaub and Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, when we had Matt Schaub leading the league in passing, Andre Johnson leading the league in receiving and receptions, Arian Foster leading the league in rushing touchdowns and rushing yards. We never did. When we had explosive offense, well, not explosive, when we had a good offense with those players, and it was explosive because Andre Johnson and Arian Foster were elite players. Schaub wasn't elite, but you had 2 elite weapons on the outside, which we don't really have right here. Like, Hopkins is not Andre Johnson. Lamar Miller is nowhere near Foster. And so we had more weapons with that offense. I mean, Owen Daniels is better than Ryan Griffin. The offensive line damn sure was better than the offensive line we have here. But it's just the simple quarterback solution that makes everything better. It makes Lamar Miller look better. Even though he still had some runs today that it was some questionable runs. Like, what hole did you think you seen? I don't know what hole you think you seen. And I'm a huge fan of D'Onta Foreman. I like D'Onta Foreman. I think D'Onta Foreman needs to be the starting running back. I think D'Onta Foreman needs to get way more carries than Lamar Miller. But neither D'Onta Foreman or Lamar Miller is that guy running back. We still don't have that guy that we had like with Arian Foster, what the Cowboys have in Zeke, what Tennessee has in DeMarco Murray. Like we don't have that guy that you know for a fact is going to get you 1,500 yards that year. Oh, you be giving him the ball, he going to rush for 1,500 yards. He going to get 11 plus touchdowns. We don't have that type of guy running back, which is fine because the Patriots never had the type of guy running back, and that's the type of offense that Bill O'Brien comes from. That's the type of offense that Bill O'Brien wants to run, the complementary offense when you have multiple players doing multiple type skills, which is fine as long as you put up points and you win games, which is perfectly fine. So I'm good at what we have at running back if we use them properly. Braxton Miller showed up today. I know I said that in the last video about Braxton Miller. I'm waiting for you to show up. I think they don't use him right. But Braxton Miller had a touchdown. I thought it would have been counted as a reverse, but it was counted as a pass. Glad because it helped me out on my fantasy team because I have DeShaun Watson as my fantasy quarterback. So that gave me a touchdown pass. But I'm glad that they use. I like the way they did use him with the reverses and the screens. That's the way you have to use Braxton Miller. Don't try to put him on the outside. Let him use him with the reverses and the screens. Put him in the slot and let him run the slot like you do Bruce Ellington. Even though Bruce Ellington looks like a better receiver than Braxton Miller right now, but use him in the slot. Don't put him on the outside. See, I think you can use Bruce Ellington on the outside. You can put Bruce Ellington on the outside. You can put Will Fuller on the outside. Hopkins is definitely an outside receiver. Braxton Miller is not. Braxton Miller is a slot. Use him on screens and tosses and reverses, things like that. You can do stuff like that with him. And DeShaun Watson, I think, just makes everybody look better. That is how you know you have a good quarterback. Is when he makes everybody around him better. He elevates everyone, and everyone is getting elevated. The offensive line, the running backs, the fullback, the tight ends, all the other receivers. Everybody is doing their part. And like I said, you didn't even have a dominant performance by Hopkins or by Will Fuller. You just had two big plays by Will Fuller. The touchdown play and then the screen play. Hopkins, 2 catches, 19 yards, but he had a touchdown. And you still won 33-17. You still won. Take away the pick six. And you take away the pick six and safety. You even take away the plays the defense made with the pick six and the safety. That's 9 points right there. And you take away that last touchdown that they got, and then you take away the pick six that they got. I mean, you still put up a plethora of points, and you still a more dynamic offense that you were without them. So, like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell to get more videos. I do this every day. I holla.